Hello! 10 is back with a mini album, so I'm back as well. The mini album is called Stunner, so we'll be listening to the whole mini, as well as the music videos for Stunner itself and the pre-release, which is Bambola. Bambola? Bambola? I guess we'll find out. That's the order they want us to watch it in. Oh wow, okay, immediately he looks so good. I love this white fluffy hair on him, and wow, I was not expecting this sound. Alright.
Back take a groupie, sing along to a song karaoke. Tropical touch looking fancy. So stupid. Rubber my finger, I'm Cupid. My God, I'm too lit. See the birds, let them circle like quick, quick.
He's so cool. Oh my goodness. Okay. I guess this song is in English. I love the way he pronounces in English, and the lyrics are so catchy, so trendy, and of course he's an incredible dancer.
Stupid. Rubber my finger, I'm Cupid. My God, I'm too lit. See the birds, let them circle like quick, quick.
There's like a little purple in his hair as well.
What to do and who have you been talking to? Guess you like a bumble, cause you do what I told you to.
Okay, so I did a quick Google before this, and bambola is an Italian word and it means doll. Okay, so I guess he's kind of saying like, I'm gonna use you like as a prop. Okay, this is a really interesting sound. It's definitely got that kind of like experimental electronic neo sound, because I mean, listen, he is one of the OG neos, right? But it's also something that's so uniquely 10, like this really like playful vibe that, of course, you know, it shows him off really well.
You don't know what to say. Isn't it so exciting? Making you wanna wait. What was you bother fighting with? I'ma get fly, controlling your mind, playing you like a toy. Only having
There we go, playing you like a doll.
fun, we can be gone like I wanna get the sometimes I wanna play with you real slow. I just know when to stop and when to go. Love it when you under my control. So turn it
This is gotta be a little sexy.
up, oh.
Wait, that's so cool.
So turn it up, oh. I'm reaching for your soul.
Wow, I really like this kind of like start-stop. I do enjoy it when they play with empty space in a song. I'm not talking about like empty drops or whatever, but genuinely having like moments of silence in a song. I think when done right, it can give a lot of emphasis. And okay, I'm just noticing the song is about just under 3 minutes, and we're about 1/3 of the way through. We're in this pre-chorus, which is very melodic, and then going into more of like a electronic kind of chorus. Yeah.
Oh, one of these days, get ready.
Oh my goodness, this part here.
Reaching for your soul.
This part with this like really blurry behind the scenes look. Okay, listen, I was a 90s boy band fan before I became a K-pop boy group stan, and I used to watch a lot of like the behind the scenes making the music video, and this is exactly what it looked like. So I mean, hey, I think he definitely has that kind of like international appeal of some of the 90s boy bands or even like male soloists. So it's a cool aesthetic. So far the music video is really interesting. Like there's a lot of like glitchy effects which are incredibly interesting to watch.
One of these days, get ready. One of these time, you'll take the bite. Whatever I want, I get it. One of these time, you'll take the bite. Whatever I
Oh, he really looked like Taeyong here.
want, I get it. Yeah, but what to do and who have you been talking to? Guess you like a bumble, cause you do what I
Okay, whoa, let's take a moment to talk about this. I really like the pink bathrobes. It's a kind of similar aesthetic to like Bruno Mars' Lazy Song. And then, of course, now he goes into his nighttime sexy black leather. And I mean, I guess the song is versatile in that way. You know, early on you have something a little bit more fresh and funky, you know, with a lot of like bright colors, and then now we go into something a little bit darker, and the song fits both ways. Some of the effects, like the studio sets, it reminds me of Key's Pleasure Shop. And listen, I know Ten and Key are friends now, and I definitely think there's some similarity in the way they present their idol image, you know, with that kind of very polished, singer, dancer, rapper, like very much an all-rounder, you know, an entertainer with a capital E, like entertainer. So, wow, okay, you know, once again, we've covered another 1/3 of the song, and there's still so much more to go.
One of these days, get ready. One of these time, you take the bite. Whatever I want, I get it. Yeah, but what to do and whom have you been talking to? Guess you like a fumble, cause you do what I told you to.
Wow. Oh wow, he looks and sounds so good. Yeah, I can definitely see the appeal of this as a pre-release. It's very fun. It's very fun. It's very fresh. Definitely dancey. Something that's totally right up his alley, but at the same time, it's not like exactly what he's done before. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a great addition to his solo brand. It's a little bit neo in a sense, but it's also very much just, his personal style. So, great stuff. Very cool music video, very funky. The song itself, I'm not sure if I would necessarily listen to it on its own, but I can definitely see the appeal of it as a whole performance. From what we've seen of the choreography, I think, listen, he's very good technically, so he can start to then play with different aspects of performance. So I think maybe watching a performance video of this would be interesting to see. Okay, I don't think he's doing any promotion for Bambola itself. Hopefully we get to see like a little like stage for it, I guess, or like a performance video, because I definitely want to see more of that. Alright, let's move on to the Stunner music video, and of course he is stunning, so let's see what he has to say about it.
It's only you, baby. You are stunner. She's a
I'm a little bit overwhelmed. Like, he is a incredibly gorgeous man, and he knows it. So
It's only you, baby. You are
whoa, don't look at me like that.
시작부터 난 정해진 듯이 너를 본 그 순간 멈춰진 걸음 시선을 뺏긴 사이 마지막까지 억지로 외면해도 더욱더 진해질 뿐 I know you feel 나처럼 기대하고 있지 so real love I'm talking about some real love baby 닿을 듯이 날 스치는 아찔함에 멈추고만 싶어지는 시간마저 거부할 수 없으니 후회 없이 love me the one try 혼자 홀린 듯 다가와.
Whoa. Okay, I can definitely see the difference between Bambola as the pre-release and Stunner as the title track, but wow, he looks and sounds so good. Like, he is so pretty, and his voice, it's really versatile, and of course he speaks many languages. I wasn't expecting it to be in Korean for some reason. I don't know what I expected. I didn't expect it to be in Chinese, but I know there's an English only version later on in the album, but okay. I guess if he's gonna be promoting this in Korea, then it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, listen, whatever language he's singing in, he sounds amazing. Like his pronunciation, like he really has the kind of native-like accent in all the languages he speaks, so it's very easy to be immersed in his vocal performance, and it's a stunning music video. He looks really amazing, so let's go for the chorus.
위험에는 잠깐 스친 순간 포착한 틱탁 주검 뒤에 터질 것 같아 일상을 뛰어넘은 매력 앞에 난 You are getting got bigger bigger 멀리 카핑 어지러운데 버티지 못하고서 쓰러지게 뻔해 I see my future in your eyes My little angel in disguise Stunner, stunner, stunner Are you a stunner, stunner, stunner Are you a fire, fire You're too hot Baby, what you doing to me? Stunner, stunner, stunner Are you a stunner, stunner, stunner Are you a fire, fire, fire You're too hot Baby, what you doing to me? Stunner, stunner, yeah, yeah 모두 reset 새로워 Like Big Bang 너무 쉽게 나를 답하거나 No way yeah.
Okay, whoa. That went into, from the chorus into the next verse really quickly. I want to say something, and I really don't mean this as a bad thing, and I'm definitely not accusing anyone of plagiarism. When I say things remind me of other things, it's a good thing. It's me drawing comparisons between media that I enjoyed and that I think has made an impact. Well, it's made an impact on me at the very least. So when I see someone else do it, it gives me that kind of like, oh hey, you know, I've seen this before, and in a good way. So I think the aesthetics of the music video in the chorus, in the room, it reminds me a little bit of Guilty, a little bit of Advice, and a little bit of Sexy in the Air. So of course Taemin and Ten are good friends, you know, they've worked together, they've performed together, so I definitely think that seeing Ten grow in a direction that is similar to Taemin, to Key, to Kai, it's, well, you know, it is a niche that he fills very well. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily a niche if there are a few performers that kind of have this like Venn diagram, but it is an area that is very much appreciated, you know, like an artist that's kind of mature, you know, not old, you know, but definitely a more like something that requires confidence and like the skill of someone who is experienced. Yeah.
새로워 like Big Bang 너무 쉽게 나를 답하거나 No way 예고 없이 다른 모습에도 반해 놀래켜봐 Don't need no breaks it's okay
So the punchy cuts, you know, like the angle changes and something that's a little bit goofy almost. It reminds me of Wavy's Give Me That music video. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Ten is an artist who grows in his own right, but he also is very aware of the kind of like context that he exists as a solo artist in. So, you know, with his roots with like NCT as like the whole concept, and like with Wavy, and then some of his other SM seniors, I guess. So he's definitely growing in that direction, and it's good to see how he puts his own twist on things.
홀린 듯 다가와 위험에는 잠깐 스친 순간 포착한 틱탁 주검 뒤에 터질 것 같아 일상을 뛰어넘은 매력 앞에 난 You are getting got bigger bigger 멀리 카핑 어지러운데 버티지 못하고서 쓰러지게 뻔해 I see my future in your eyes My little angel in disguise 본능적인 끌림 느낌 Let's go let's just hop on it 아무 이유 없이 Loving the way you groove Loving the let's just hop on it 아무 이유 없이
Let's just look at his side profile. That's crazy. I can't believe he actually looks like that. And like I've seen him, okay? I went to one of Wavy's fan meetings and I managed to get hi bye. So like I literally was like 1.5 meters away from him, and like he really looks like that.
Loving the way you groove, loving the way you move. You're wanting 지금 여기 터지듯이 커져가는 소리. 너에게 닿으면 baby you shine like a baby you shine like a.
You know it's a hit when Ten is full on having an orgy.
Baby you shine like a baby you shine like a. 틱탁 조금 귀에 터질 것 같아. 햇살을 뛰어넘는 내려 덮인 날. You can copy 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 어지러운데 버티지 못하고서 쓰러지게 뻔해. I see my future in your eyes.
Ooh. Sorry. Okay, that is unreadable. You know the joke about how like heavy metal logos, they look like trees just growing branches and vines and stuff. Wow, that is, you know, listen, I love a song that is almost 4 minutes long, and oh, what an experience. Ten is an incredible solo artist. And listen, I know I've talked a lot about things in the past 2 music videos and songs that remind me of other things. But you know, the scene where he's dancing in this kind of like dark room like box kind of thing, it reminds me of like Birthday, which is of course one of his iconic, you know, songs and performances. So listen, he delivers vocally and in terms of the dancing. So I am very excited to see some of his live performances for this. Oh, okay. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really read the lyrics because there was just so much going on. Let's go through the rest of the album first. So Stunner is the first track, and then the next one is Enough for Me. So let's have a look at that.
Call me for a good time, enough for me. Call me on a bad night, enough for me. You call it the last time, enough for me, enough for me, enough for me. It can be a weekend,
So we're really
enough for
calling
me.
now?
It can be a secret, enough for me. You don't want no deep ends, enough for me,
Let's work
enough for
on
me.
your self-respect.
Show up on my dashboard, pick up and fast forward. I know what it means, I'm missing the catwalk. I know how to make a scene, I don't need a crash course. Word is on the street, they say it's the last call. And I'm down, oh I'm down for whatever, I'm down. Yeah, I'm down for whatever, I'm down. Give it to me right now, right now. Call me for a good time, enough for me. Call me on the bad night, enough for me. You call it the last time, enough for me, enough for me, enough for me. It can be a weekend, enough for me. It can be a secret, enough for me. You don't want no deep ends, enough for me, enough for me, enough for me. They're watching every move as we kick up the dust. So many people in the room, let them talk about us. We got our minds on the money, we get in the green. We got the grind in the bodies, we chasing the dream. Yeah, we chase the dream till we calling it life. Something is never what it seems till it's under the light. But we are meant to shine, yeah, we've been here before. So give me more, call me for a good time. Enough for me, call me on the bad night. Enough for me, you call it the last time. Enough for me, enough for me, enough for me. It can be a weekend, enough for me. It can be a secret.
I think this I Can Be Your Weekend is reference to Paint Me Naked. I love when an artist develops a little bit more into their own canon where they can start referencing themselves like, yes honey, you've made it.
Enough for me, you don't wanna be bad. Enough for me, enough for me, enough for me. You know there ain't nobody like me. And there ain't nobody like you. And you know when we together, we just do as we feel. So if you're done for the day or just wide awake, call me for a good time. Enough for me. Call me on the bad night. Enough for me. You called it the last time. Enough for me. Enough for me. Enough for me. It can be a weekend. Enough for me. It can be a secret. Enough for me. You don't wanna be best. Enough for me. Enough for me. Enough for me. Enough for me.
Nice. I really like how the song itself, like the verses and to some degree the chorus as well, are very like stripped down. It's really just mainly percussion and like a little bit of guitar in the back. But then you also have these interludes that's slightly more, you know, like a bigger kind of sound, a bit more melodic. So, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward booty call sexy song, but yeah, it's very enjoyable. Definitely up his sexy alley. Shadow by Yoongi has chosen a very appropriate photo. I like this part where it goes from the pre-chorus into the chorus like really seamlessly.
Call me for a good time.
Not this one.
Yeah, we've been here before, so give me that night. Call me for a good time. Yeah, we've been here before, so give me more. Call me for a good time. Enough for me.
Yeah, I really like how it just moves seamlessly into the chorus, and then of course like towards the bridge when the soundscape changes.
You know there ain't nobody like me.
And then of course there's also this kind of like a drop.
For me, enough for me.
And then it goes back into a kind of like outro, second chorus kind of thing. Yeah, okay, I like that. So the track list goes Stunner, Enough for Me, and then Bambola. I have read the lyrics for Bambola, and I can sort of see how the music transitions from Stunner to Enough for Me to Bambola. It's a good transition. Now let's go to the next one, which is Sweeter Sin.
Pull the trigger, click, little mischievous. Start a fire low key. Dynamite, tick, feeling dangerous. Come close, you see. Stop, jump, roll.
Stop, drop, roll with it. Volcano with it. I love it.
On fire, volcano. On fire. Can't wait, your mind is like an ocean, and I just wanna dive in. Can't wait, the energy's flowing. Young love in the flashing lights. I walk in, make the head spin round. Scandalous, talk of the town. Fantasize, everybody all starry-eyed. Sweet as sin, I walk in.
Oh, that's crazy. So again, we have like a very stripped back percussion or beat focused song, and then the chorus comes in and it's a lot more melodic, and of course it's sexy as all hell, like the low, is it like a bass kind of, you know, the dum dum dum. It's great.
Supernova, subatomic, yeah, I'm under your skin. Tunnel vision, blind ambition, seal your fate with a kiss. It's so dangerous when I do my thing. I know you want it like this. You're insatiable when I do my
Yes, I
dance.
am.
The way I'm dropping those beats. Can't wait, your mind is like an ocean, and I just wanna dive in. Can't wait, the energy's flowing. Young love in the flashing lights. I walk in, make the head spin round. Scandalous, talk of the town. Fantasize, everybody all starry-eyed. Sweet as sin, I walk in.
So the accents and the beats are not exactly predictable. Like there is a certain rhythm to it that I suppose, you know, once you're used to it, and if you were doing a performance to it, you can really hit those accents very strongly, and you know, if the audience knows it, then it hits very hard. But for someone who's listening to it for the first time, some of these beats or the rhythm is unexpected, which I do like, you know. Of course, I am vibing, but if you see me hitting beats that don't exist, it's not my fault. Take it up with 10. Dance break, obviously. Or like grinding.
I'm late on with a cherry on top. Short fuse on pressure lock. Knocking them down like pins they drop. Never look back and I never get caught.
I really like this grand sound with like a little bit of like a distance and an echo on the voice, and this kind of like it's like a sharp, you know, like a like you have a regular note and then there's like the sharp of it, so it kind of like steps it up a little notch, like a little bit like a key change. Makes it more intense, and of course he sounds amazing. Like his lower register when he's kind of like rapping or singing, and then his higher register when he carries the high melodies. He has a very clear voice, and it suits, you know, of course, different languages and different styles. So listen, I love his music, you know.
I'm late on with a cherry on top. Short fuse on pressure lock. Knocking them down like pins they drop. Never look back and I never get caught. I walk in, make the head spin round. Scandalous, talk of the town. Fantasize, everybody all starry-eyed. Sweet as sin, I walk
Damn. Okay, so like each of the choruses have different accents and different ad-libs, so each time you get something new. Hot. And like, listen, I've complained about this before, and I will continue to complain about songs that are under 3 minutes, but in this case, I feel like he's really put so much into these songs. Like, I'm not sure how much more you can ask for. So next up, Waves. Something a bit more summery, a little Caribbean.
trading the skyline for these ocean waves.
He sounds so
Home
good.
is such a long flight to take. And I don't wanna go back, oh I swear there's no way. Yeah, so what if I stay? As I close my eyes, I see all the reasons why you're on my mind. All the time, gonna leave at 5. Try to find excuses just to stay a while. Let me in your waves. And I know we'll be okay, long as the ocean waves don't break. All I wanna do is spend some time in your waves.
Ah, beautiful sound, beautiful execution, very unsubtle water metaphor, if you will.
What if I stay for days, let all the troubles wash away? So just let me in your waves.
A kind of similar vibe to Hyolin's Wait, you know, something that could be filmed like on a beach in Southeast Asia. So yeah, I guess the beat itself is a little bit more almost like a reggae sort of. I like it. This is very melodious, and I like a little Latin, you know.
Do you mind if I dive into you with my feet first? I wanna leave here with an imprint of you. So how about we find a place far away? Yeah, what do you say? As I close my eyes, I see all the reasons why you're on my mind all the time. Gonna leave at 5.
Why does he have to leave at 5? Is this an office job?
Try to find excuses just to stay a while. Let me in your waves. And I know we'll be okay, long as the ocean waves don't break. All I wanna do is spend some time in your waves. What if I stay for days, let all the troubles wash away? So just let me in your waves. I'm tryna keep my cool, but I don't mind if I lose it for you. Drifting away as long as it's in your blue. I can change all of my plans if you'd only let me in your waves. And I know we'll be okay, long as the ocean waves don't break. All I wanna do is spend some time in your waves. What if I stay for days, let all the troubles wash away? So just let me in your waves. In your
Okay, calling it. This is my favorite song on the album. I love this kind of vibe, you know, it's something that's like so chill and relaxed that he sounds amazing. Like his vocals are really front and center, and I am gonna look this up in a hot minute because whoever's doing the lyrics for it has done a very good job. I think sometimes with songs that are, you know, really in the K-pop industry, the English lyrics can seem a little awkward or a little forced, but this is really, like, listen, you know, if he could really go international with this, you know. Like, of course, I know there are some people who have certain like prejudices against like K-pop or, you know, like non-English music, especially if you are mainly an English speaker or like, you know, monolingual, or, you know, just mainly speak English. But you know, I will say that there is something to it when, you know, I can understand the lyrics, you know. It's something that like the meaning of it gets to you immediately without that extra step of like watching a lyric video with translations, or, you know, like reading up about the song. You know, it's something that the meaning of it goes to you directly. So you know, it's definitely, this is something that I could play like around like the locals, you know, like around my family or like around my friends who don't listen to K-pop. And I mean, it is incredible music, and if it helps to like open the door to, you know, listening to more of Ten's music, even the stuff that's not in English, then yeah, you know, it's a great thing. But yes, Waves, I think that's my favorite, like just by the vibes. Okay, last B-side, Butterfly. I love a piano work ballad. Okay, wait, sorry, I missed that.
눈을 감으면 선명해지는 너의 따스함 손을 내밀면 잡을 것 같은 우리의 시간 꿈처럼 포근히 퍼지던 향기도 저 멀리 찬바람에 모두 흩어져 흔적도 없이 잊혀져 버린 이름을 불러본다 찬란했던 나의 봄 떠나간 뒷모습만 말없이 바라봐 for you for you 이름을 불러본다
Oh my god, he sounds so good. Oh, okay. I've talked about this in like every single reaction that I've done so far, and I will continue to say it. I think one of the strengths of mini albums is that you can make a very coherent story, and usually what this means is that most of the songs on the album follow like a similar theme or vibe, but the songs on this album are very different. If you look at something like Butterfly and Waves compared to like Bambola, it's a completely different sound, you know, but the way that the track list is arranged, it flows, and so it brings you through that journey in a way that doesn't feel abrupt, you know. Like if you had it on shuffle and like Bambola came on directly before this song, like it would be a shock. But because of the way that the musical themes have progressed, like it brings you to the place that you need to be at each point to fully appreciate and be immersed in the sound of it. And okay, listen, with just the piano and his beautiful vocals, and the melody is so nice. Like this reminds me of some of the more like classic shiny ballads, you know. Oh, I love it.
날 향한 그 미소 환하게 빛나던 나날들 아픔과 고통도 눈물도 추억이 된 지금 얼마나 더 지나야 괜찮아질까 참 아름다웠던 지는 기억들을 향해 인사를 전해 이름을 불러본다 찬란했던 나의 봄 떠나간 뒷모습만 말없이 바라봐 for you for you 이름을 불러본다
Listen, I think this is maybe like an issue that arises when an artist is known mainly for their performance, especially if they're very strong dancers. They can have incredible vocals, but it's not like what they're most known for. And definitely I think in NCT and Wavy, Ten does hold like an official vocalist position, but I mean the general public knows him mostly as a dancer. Like of course when you think of Ten, you're like, yeah, he's a dancer, but this is insane vocal work, and I would love to hear this on like its live, you know, with a slightly different instrumental, like with a live band, or you know, with a full orchestra behind him, or like something like Dingo Killing Voice. I love it.
번 더 봄날이 오기를 꿈을 꾼다 난 매일 밤 널 찾아 꿈을 헤매 널 다시 품에 찬란했던 나의 봄날
Wow. That is a crazy song, and this has been a crazy mini album. I'm genuinely speechless. It's been a while since I've heard like a song that's moved me this much, and like I was not expecting there to be another Korean track on the album, but like okay King, like he's got the range, why not, right? Oh, wow. Okay, let's just wrap this up. So the last track on the album is the Stunner English version, so let's just go through that.
It's only you, baby. I'm a stunner. Used to be caught up, never important. I wasn't good to myself, couldn't own it. I didn't see the light, no I was falling. I finally opened up my eyes and I saw the truth. I let it heal. Every dimension was turning into real love. I'm thanking every God above. Baby. Yeah. See me walking by, I'm looking like a number. Got it in the back, so let me show you how it's. Yeah, look what happened to me.
Flex.
Always been alright. You should let it go. Won't you look at me now? Riding in a drop top, gotta hit the gas and bounce. Trip, looking like a 10, so fine. On a different level, yeah, somebody get a crown. All my plans got bigger. Tell me, baby, what you wanna get? I'm in the beauty, so you know it's gonna be priceless. Now I am wearing a disguise. I know this deal is looking nice. Stunner, stunner, stunner. Stunner, stunner, stunner.
I really like the ooh. I just massacred that, I'm so sorry.
Fire, I'm too hot. Gotta be 100 degrees. Stunner, stunner, stunner.
Metric system.
Stunner, stunner, stunner. Fire, I'm too hot. Look at how I'm loving me. Stunner, yeah. I'm a big snack, boy, my pride. No hard pass, have some quick math. I got the answer.
I was not expecting a school theme. I thought we were in a like business office corporate setting.
There's no extents, need no distance. Keep it together like wristbands. Where the sun go, I'm shining bright, so intense. Worked on this, baby. I'm the flames at the mood. Just getting wavy. Everything that I do. Just getting ready, ain't got nothing to lose. Now that I'm finally free, baby. See me walking by, I'm looking like a number. Got it in the back, so let me show you how it's. Won't you look at me now? Riding in a drop top, gotta hit the gas and bounce. Trip, looking like a 10, so fine. On a different level, yeah, somebody get a crown. All my plans got bigger. Tell me, baby, what you wanna get? I'm in the beauty, so you know it's gonna be priceless. Now I am wearing a disguise. I know this deal is looking nice. I'm just gonna cut it, run it. Let's go, let's just hop on it. Keep that in my pocket, loving the way I'm going. Straight up into the moon, I got it. Really need it. There just ain't no other way to see it. Light up in every room. Finally shine like a, really shine like a. Gotta hit the gas and bounce. Trip, looking like a 10, so fine. Different level, yeah, somebody get a crown. All my plans got bigger. Tell me, baby, what you wanna get? In the beauty, so you know it's gonna be priceless. No, I am wearing a disguise. I know this deal is looking nice.
I'm pretty sure the line, I know this deal is looking nice, was different in the Korean version. Am I tripping? Okay, we'll check that out again. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot going on in the song. Like, there's a lot of different dynamics that he plays with. The kind of more like, standard like low rap delivery, and then the melodies, and then the whisper rapping at the end. All right. Tell you what. Let's go back to the music video. We will use our proper streaming etiquette, and we'll read the lyrics back on the music video.
It's only you, baby. You are stunner. 시작부터 난 정해진 듯이 너를 본 그 순간 멈춰진 걸음 시선을 뺏긴 사이 마지막까지 억지로 외면해도 더욱더 진해질 뿐 I know you feel 나처럼 기대하고 있지 so real love I'm talking about some real love baby 타이트시 날 스치는 아찔함에 멈추고만 싶어지는 시간 맞춰 거부할 수 없으니 후회 없이 love me the one try one try 홀린 듯 다가와 위험해 넌 잠깐 스친 순간 포착한 틱탁 조금 뒤에 터질 것 같아 예상을 뛰어넘은 매력 앞에 난 You are getting got bigger 멀리 카핑 어지러운데 버티지 못하고서 쓰러지게 뻔해 I see my future in your eyes My little angel in the sky
Whoa, so the Korean lyrics and the English lyrics are almost completely different. So the Korean version is kind of talking about like, you, and how I'm falling in love with you. And then the English version is about like, oh, I'm so cool, I'm the stunner. Wow. I guess someone will put like the two lyrics side by side, and then we can see like how the narrative unfolds. There we go. So in the English version it's ooh ah, but then in here it's you are. That's genius, by the way.
새로 walk like Big Bang 너무 쉽게 나를 답하거나 no way 예고 없이 다른 모습에도 반해 놀래켜봐 don't need no breaks it's okay 설레지 매일 Feel the flames hit the mood 한 번에 falling 언제나 바른 꿈 온몸을 던져 I got nothing to lose There ain't nobody but you baby 몸을 던져 I got nothing to lose There ain't nobody but you baby 타이트시 날 스치는 아찔함에 멈추고만 싶어지는 시간 맞춰 홀린 듯 다가와 위험해 넌 잠깐 스친 순간 포착한 틱탁 조금 뒤 것 같아 예상을 뛰어넘은 매력 앞에 난 You are getting got bigger 멀리 카핑 어지러운데 버티지 못하고서 쓰러지게 뻔해 I see my future in your eyes My little angel in the skies 본능적인 끌림 느낌 Let's go let's just hop on it 아무 이유 없이 Loving the way you groove Loving the way you move 영원히 지금 여기 터지듯이 커져가는 소리 너에게 닿으면 Baby you shine like a baby you shine like a 스친 순간 포착한 틱탁 조금 뒤에 터질 것 같아 일상을 뛰어넘은 매력 앞에 난 You are getting got bigger 멀리 카핑 어지러운데 버티지 못하고서 쓰러지게 뻔해 I see my future in your eyes A little angel in the sky You are You are fire You're too hot Baby what you doing to me Stunner You are You are fire You're too hot Baby what you doing to me Stunner baby you a stunner baby Stunner baby you a stunner baby Yeah stunner Yeah stunner You a stunner
Ooh, I really like what he's done here. I think that's incredibly genius. Okay, well, I mean, it's 10. We knew it was going to be good. But yeah, I mean, listen. The bangers are banging. The bops are bopping. The jams are jamming. um, you know, definitely going to be listening to this album a lot more, you know, putting some of these songs on my playlists, you know, that different vibes and different moods. So yeah, good job to Tim. I keep accidentally triggering these MacBook emotes, but this time I actually meant it. So good luck to Tim on his solo tour, and hopefully he'll come to Singapore soon, you know, either on his own or with Wavy. Their recent tour, on the way, they did not come to Singapore, so a little bit miffed about that, but it's alright. I've got time. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Stunner album. Thank you.